Welcome back to WBB, and we've got 3 war bases to share with you guys today, starting off with this one here. This base has a stacked core, including the town hall, with some dead spaces around it to try to make that pathing to the town hall a little bit more difficult. Let's take a look at a replay of a defense. And here we go with the first replay. It is going to be a Spirit Walk into Root Riders here. And don't forget that if you guys want to give these bases a try for yourself, the links are down in the description below. And if you do give them a try, leave us a comment. Let us know how they hold up for you. Royal Champion's doing a nice job in the meantime, taking down the geared up cannon. And then she'll move on to the bomb tower. And after that, she should go for the multi-inferno tower. And there we go, down goes the bomb tower. Inferno tower's next, and these builder huts are slowing her down just a little bit here. Fox makes her invisible, but the Fox also goes down, and now she has the triple ice golem CC. Remember to keep an eye on what is being run in the defensive clan castle for these bases. Looks like there's a headhunter in the mix as well, which went down fairly quickly to the electro boots on the champion. But there we go, making her way through. Ice golem's going to freeze her up. He's going to go with a recall. All right, pulls the royal champion out of there. Now let's see what is going to be next for this one. It's being patient, trying to decide where he wants to go. There's the baby dragon. It's going to get one building before it gets taken down. Siege barracks is in. Then here we go. He's going to spread out the root riders from the right side of the base. We have that outside ricochet cannon as well, which pretty much takes down that root rider on the far right immediately. It's not able to get anything done. We got the healers in, wardens in, everything. It's going to be full send from the top side. Here we go. The king on the outside is going to work his way through that cannon and set this funnel so that the root riders do stay inside of the base. At least that is the idea here. It's got the wall opened up. King comes back, takes out the single inferno. That worked out perfectly. Root riders going straight down the middle from the top. They'll make their way towards this town hall compartment eventually. For now, going in for the fire spitters. Going to get the first one taken down, but that other one on the left side with that scatter shot, it's going to do a ton of damage. Like I said, it's going to be a stacked core on this base. Giga bomb going off, but the healers are doing a nice job keeping everything protected. We got an overgrowth on the right side of the base. Not really sure what the purpose of that was, except for maybe shutting down the expo, but there we go. Everything makes its way through. Town hall secured. Root riders pushing through to the back side of the base. We got the king. We still have both P.E.K.K.A.s out of the siege barracks helping out too. All right, monolith kind of popping off, but we get a couple of root riders to go over there. They're the ones with the healers as well. Got a Yeti over there to try to help take that out of the picture. We still have the queen on the left side with her ability. We got an Electro Titan up there. All right, it's not looking too terrible at this point. The king went down to Phoenix on the bottom side, though, and that ricochet cannon is going to do a lot of damage. We also were able to get that monolith off of the right side, so that's going to help out a lot. But as we can see, there's still quite a bit of defense left to get through. We still have both expos. We still have the minion prince on defense, which he's really good on defense. And then 2 multi-archer towers. As we speed it up, we can see that slowly but surely, these defenses on the backside will chunk away at the army. And this will be a defense. Let's take a look at the next base. And here we go with the base number 2. This one's got the town hall in the core kind of by itself with a few other things there. And then the major defenses spread out nicely around the outside of the base. We got the fire spitters both pointing up towards the top side and both scatter shots at the top side. So the attacker has to decide either go for those scatter shots early and then take all the damage from the fire spitters, or go behind the fire spitters and then take a lot of extra damage from the scatter shot. So I like the way that that design is set up. Let's take a look at a replay and see it in action. And here we go. This one is going to be another Spirit Walk into Root Riders, an incredibly strong army in the meta at the moment. And we got the Royal Champion moving in towards the multi-archer tower. He's going to keep making that invisible while she takes down the defenses around it. The boots should eventually take it down, although he didn't really get any usage out of his Fox. The Fox died pretty much immediately, so he's just going to have to go to back-to-back invis, and he's really not going to get any value. He does an invis on the dead RC. She was already gone, and he got basically nothing out of the Royal Champion. Swagged the RC in a bunch of spells right off the bat. She just wasn't able to get through those major defenses at the bottom side of the base. So let's see what he can do with the rest of this army as the siege barracks is in at 3 o'clock. We got the root riders making their way in. He doesn't really have a funnel on the left side, but it looks like everything is pathing into the base anyway, so that should be fine for him. Got a couple, looks like a super minion down on the bottom side, trying to get a little bit of funneling done. Should finish off that multi-archer tower. Some Valkyries at the bottom side of the base as well, so they didn't go in with the root rider, so there's where the funnel is going to be a point of failure. The root riders still continuing their way in, though. We still have the queen and the king making their way in with them. It looks like the root's kind of pushing up to the top side of the base, though. Yeah, we do get at least one opening up to the town hall, so that's good. He's going to be able to at least secure that much. And then there we go with the triple ice golems yet again on defense as the town hall does go down. Now they're gonna have to deal with these ice golems in the core. We got the fire spitter firing away, and we do still have one more scatter shot on that top left side of the base. But the Root Riders slowly making their way through. The King and Queen have both gone down at this point. Or wait, no, did he recall his heroes from the core of the base? Looks like he might have. I didn't even realize he had a recall, but there we go. All right, Root Riders, looks like they're kind of stalling up here with these defensive ice golems, definitely freezing things up. All the Root Riders are slowly making their way through, though. I say all of them, there's only 2 left. But there we go, Root Riders pushing in towards the scatter shot, taking some damage from that fire spitter. So he attacked basically from the right side, which was behind one of the fire spitters, but this other one has just been popping off, and that scatter shot getting a lot of damage in as well. And you can see the army is finally fizzling away. We still have a ricochet cannon. We still got a prince on defense, multi-archer tower. There's a lot of defense left, plus the enemy queen and the ricochet cannon still at the bottom side of the base. Nice try here, but it's going to be a nice defense yet again. Let's take a look at base number 3. All right, and here we go. Last but not least, base number 3, and this one is a pretty cool looking design here. I like the way this looks with the dead spaces, and then we do also have some traps for the spirit walk. So we got a bunch of giant bombs down here that could potentially take down the fox from the royal champion, which makes the spirit walk a lot shorter. Same thing on the left side. We got some traps over there. We got some Teslas to try to throw off the pathing as well, and we'll see how it holds up. Let's jump into the replay. And here we go with the final replay. This time around, it is going to be some dragons. So we start off with a quick giant arrow from the bottom side of the base to try to get these sweepers out from around the town hall, and it does work perfectly. Now we got some dragons on the right side of the base. It's just going to basically wrap the dragons so the ones on the top side can funnel the ones that are more towards the core. At least that's the idea, although it looks like they're just going to kind of spread out from the right side. Very interesting rage spell to start it off. I don't even know if that was an intentional rage, but that was not a very good one. But here we go. Dragons are making their way in. We got the blimp across the top side of the base. Royal champion making her way through the left side as well. All right. She actually picked up the healer, so I'm guessing the queen has died at this point. We got the clones in the core of the base. He's just going with some old school cloned up balloons out of the blimp, and it does take down quite a few buildings here. Got the Inferno Towers. They are going to stay standing, but pretty much everything else in the core got obliterated by these balloons. Dragons still making their way through. The dragons are still looking pretty healthy here. All right, we got the Prince going to Phoenix on the top side. Still a handful of dragons up there. That multi-Inferno is starting to get some damage onto him. They need to get through that Inferno quickly. Same thing on the left side. That Inferno Tower is kind of just chunking these dragons away, and they're fizzling fast. And just like that, all the dragons are gone. They were looking pretty healthy there in the middle of the base, and then next thing you know, there's going to be another defense here for WBB. Be sure to check out the WBB socials on screen. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you all next time.